Anglais, 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 anglais.
30 secondes, continue s'il te plaît.
Anglais, 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 anglais,
You need more?
anglais, anglais. Un, deux, anglais, un, deux, anglais. Anglais, bonjour, anglais. Anglais, anglais, anglais,
Yannick, est-ce que tu peux faire un petit test
anglais,
pour les journalistes?
anglais. Est-ce qu'il y a encore
C'est
besoin?
bon, merci Clément.
It starts at the 5 sharp or it's earlier?
It starts at... In a minute. Vlaggetjes?
Ja?
Nee, die ID guys.
Ah nee.
Oh ja.
Oh, Magdalena stond daar ergens, dus dat zal wel daar ook ergens zijn.
Oké, ik zie niks opvallen. Ja, precies, maar ik zie niks opvallen. Ja,
Ja, precies.
Zo heel...
delen.
Ja.
Ja. Want dat denk ik misschien.
Ja, oké. Dus je mag hier nu wel plaats.
Please give a warm welcome to the Fanfare Face from Strasbourg. Welcome to the I 2023 closing plenary. Here are your presenters, Yakini and Dylan from the Kiesmannen.
Woo!
Good evening, Strasbourg!
Who's excited?
Can we get another one big applause for the first fanfare de Strasbourg?
Woo!
Wow, what an atmosphere. What a
Yes.
band.
Welcome, welcome everyone.
How's everybody feeling? One more time, Strasbourg.
Woo!
Amazing. What an energy in this room. I think I can now proudly say that the closing ceremony of the I 2023 is starting now.
Wow. Yes. I really hope you had 2 amazing days. It's a bit sad to know that we're coming to an end, right? Very sad. But at the same time, I'm also very inspired to see how many ideas came up, how many discussions were being held, how many new experiences were created, perhaps even friendships. So this session is really to take stock of everything that happened for the last 2 days, but also to look forward at what will be happening after the I, what will happen with all of those ideas that you shared here.
Don't forget that you can follow this session in any of the 24 official European language just by taking on the headsets, put them on your head. Also for those watching online, you can follow the Facebook page to the EP Multimedia Center, where you can follow this whole session in one of the 24 European languages.
Yeah, and now that we are all here in the hemicycle and everyone joining us online, welcome. I think it's time to show you a video that shows us a bit of everything that has happened for the last 2 days.
Let's have a look.
It's the place where you can meet other young Europeans to be inspired,
to learn,
a place to share and shape your ideas for Europe's future.
This was I 2023.
I is not just about listening to all these experts, but also about exchanging ideas between each other. We are finally able to pick up the mic and make our priorities heard.
I'm leaving I 2023 feeling empowered to work towards a brighter future. We realize what our concerns are and we have ideas to improve. Now it's just a matter of putting them into action.
That's
Wow.
really impressive. Kudos to all of you.
Yeah. That's a big applause to yourselves indeed. So much has happened in the past 2 days, and during this session, we'll look back at something and hopefully as much as possible to what has happened in the past 2 days. But now we're actually also most looking forward to what you guys have experienced here in the room, and also you people online by commenting in the comment box. Let us know what were your highlights, what have you been doing, who have you met. And we're going to start here by doing so using the voting terminals in front of you, just like members of European Parliament.
Yes, some of you already know the drill. So we're going to vote exactly like members of European Parliament. You really have to put your hand inside of the voting booth. And if your answer to the question is yes, you press the green button. And if the answer is no, you press the red button. And members of European Parliament, when they often vote, they also raise their hand when they agree or when they want to say yes, and they lower their hand to say no. I don't need to tell you all of this, of course, but we will do the same thing. And for the people online, you can also type yes or no in the comments section.
So let's start with an easy question. And I'm really wondering who did this. We already saw it in the video. The first question is, did you share your ideas or discuss them with experts or other people in the Ideas Hub, just next door? Who did so? You can now cast your vote by pressing yes or no in the voting booth. And at the same time, if it was a yes, you can raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
Who was shaping some of their ideas to put Europe further?
Wow, that's quite some hands. Also, I see some hands at the top. Really cool.
Let's see the results. How many of these people did that?
People in the back, everywhere.
There's quite a few people, and I'm going to number 23. This person right here. Hello, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Lamine.
Oh.
I'm from south of France, Montpellier.
From the south of France. Can we, if you want to stand up so everybody can see you?
Yeah.
Can we please get a warm hand for this gentleman? So you're from the south of France?
Yeah, I'm from the south of France, but I'm originally from Niger. It's a country in West Africa.
Well, welcome, and it's so nice that you're here.
Thank you.
Now, you said you were been putting one of the ideas forward. What was your idea that you wanted to work on?
It was not like an idea. It was just a proposition that we should more listen to young and then consider what they want, like listening to them more and take care of what they. If you want,
and was it helpful? And was it helpful to be at the Ideas Hub, talking to other people?
Yeah, and it was for focusing on what gather us together and not what separate us. The things that is good for all of us.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
Yes, and we have a second question. And the second question is, did you meet with a member of European Parliament? So let's see, we can vote again.
Let's see who had that privilege of meeting an MEP. Did you, Giacchini?
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Well, there's an evening left, so maybe.
And also the hands, we can show the hands again.
Yeah, you can vote now, yes or no.
I see some hands.
So many people. There's wow, that's incredible.
Quite some people.
Giacchini,
right.
do you want to walk up to them?
Actually, I'm gonna walk up here and ask someone a question. I see you waving. You were very happy. Number 165, I'm here. What is your name?
My name is Naimeka Prince Akanno.
Yes?
I'm Nigerian by origin and Polish by residency.
Wow.
I'm a student of Vespa in Lublin.
Cool.
And I'm an Erasmus exchange student of business management in DHBW, Karlsruhe, Germany.
Okay. Really cool. And welcome. It's really cool that you're here. And did you just bump into a member of European Parliament, or how did that go?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
I did get the opportunity and privilege to speak to the very number one, Roberta Metsola.
Oh,
that's right.
President of the European
And what did you say to her? Did you have anything to say to her?
Thank you for that question again. Yeah. I did ask her about the affairs of the European Parliament and efforts underway towards stopping unpaid internship across all zip codes.
Can I get another? Wow.
EU.
Okay.
I
Thank
think
you so much.
that is a very good point. Thank you so much for being here and making that point, and have an amazing time.
Thank you so much. We're going to the last question. You can indeed then also vote again. And this is about voting. Are you ready to vote for the European elections 2024?
Yes. Who is voting? Who is voting?
And
can
if
I
you're
see
not
some
voting
hands?
yet,
Who is voting?
You can press the button right now. Let's see if everybody is indeed voting next year, 6th until the 9th of June 2024. And let's hope that all you people will also mobilize your friends and family, other young people to vote, because we need much more young people to go vote. Can I get a big hand of applause for yourselves?
Woo! Yeah, wow. I'm really happy to see that. Maybe we can just see the results. Because I think there's also some people that might not be eligible. Wow, that's a beautiful result, right? Beautiful result. Yes, great.
Now we're gonna...
Yeah, and now I think it's a good moment to also hear from some young people who were organized or involved in the organization of the I, and specifically the IDs Hub. So these people have been busy sharing, collecting all of your IDs. So I want to welcome on the stage a few people. First of all, Elena, one of the 3 editors from the Youth IDs Report 2023. We have Redi. He is a former Charlemagne Youth Prize winner, and he was involved in the development corner in the IDs Hub. And finally, we have Anita, and she was one of the experts in the expert corner of the IDs Hub. So can I please have a warm applause?
Great that you're here, guys. Let me start with you, Elena. So happy to have you also here. So you were one of the 3 editors from the Ideas Report. I'd really love to learn more about what happened in that Ideas Hub. What happened the past 2 days within that hub, and what was the aim of this Youth Ideas Report?
Thank you so much for having us here, 3. And, well, the work that has been going on through the past 2 days is really the most visible part, because we have been working in this since March with my 2 wonderful colleagues, Alessia and Lucas. And we have been basically... Say hi, Alessia.
Yeah.
She's over there.
Great.
So we have been basically collecting youth ideas all over the platform. And what we have been trying to do is to create a more dynamic space, not only submitting new ideas. You can basically do this on youthideas.eu by commenting other ideas, contributing to the discussion, or by interacting with them. So our role as editors basically is just collecting these ideas, identifying the most popular ones, and eventually identifying those who are going to be also included in the report.
Yeah.
And then this report, this is going to be handed over to members of the European Parliament, right?
Exactly. It's going to be published in September, and then around autumn it will be presented by idea boosters in the Parliament besides MEPs.
Okay, really cool. And maybe in short, could you tell us what participants can do? What are their options if they want to contribute to this IDs journey?
Well, the I is coming to an end, but you can also do a lot of things now. You can still contribute with more ideas. You can comment still on the platform. We'll be recollecting more ideas in the... Sorry, I'm giving you the back, guys. In the next couple of days. And then, but you can also do more things. You can apply to be a youth idea booster, to present this report before MEPs, and to give your ideas more practical dimension. And then finally, you can also share the report. Please share it. It is the document that we have to make policymakers and decision makers to make sure they hear our voices, and to make sure that we have something to say 1 year ahead the elections.
I'm sure that there's plenty of people who are willing to do so. And now, could you give us a sneak preview of some of the most popular ideas that you were referring to that will most likely end up in the report?
For sure, yeah. I'll give you the little spoiler here. So first of all, disinformation is key. So there's idea about working on disinformation banners if news outlets don't share all of their sources of information. There's also sustainable education. There's sexual health education as well. There is critical raw materials even. So we have a wide array of ideas and very diverse.
Wow, really cool. Thank you, Elena, also for all your work. And Ready, about the IDs Hub itself, what kind of ideas did you come across? What did you find most interesting?
Thank you for having us here. It's been 2 wonderful days. We've had lots of young people coming and sharing their ideas within the hub. We've had ideas that range from building more sustainable communities to building inclusive societies, not only in the cities but also in the rural areas. We've had a lot of young people that are willing to work for the future of Europe. So I really want to thank everyone who's come and helped us with sharing their ideas and working together on how can we work on them to make them even better.
And as you said, there's plenty of people who have great ideas. Do you have any advice if people have a big idea, they want to do something with sustainability or misinformation? What is your advice to them to take that one step further?
Well, first of all, there's the platform together.eu where they can obviously check people that are like-minded and they can find possible partners with which to collaborate and also to submit their applications about new possible events that can happen. In the platform they can also find opportunities about networking and everything else that they need.
Okay, together.eu, we'll remember that one also. Then Anita, you're one of the experts. And you were in the expert corner talking to all sorts of people, talking about different topics. From your perspective, how were the past 2 days?
The past days have been really amazing. It has been great to meet so many young people with inspiring ideas. And I work at the European Parliamentary Research Service, where we aim to empower through knowledge. So I feel like this event has been really successful in this regard, that really it gave an opportunity to boost the ideas of young Europeans and guide them towards relevant information and empower them to go further.
Yeah, that's really cool indeed. And I was wondering, did you also come across any ideas that are already being implemented within the European Parliament?
Yes. Several ideas are already in work. One that came up repeatedly was about sustainability in education. So this is something that is close to young Europeans' heart, but also it is also something that the EU is already working on. So there is an initiative, Learning for Environmental Sustainability, that should be implemented in schools so that school teachers, trainers can have support and teaching material to really include this in school education.
People are already quite invested here. These are some engaged people who are willing to do more, I think, and want to know more. What kind of advice can you give them if they want to dive deeper into the content?
So if they're interested in the work of the European Parliament, I would say the first place to check out is the European Parliament website, so Europa EU. If you're looking for research, then you can also take a look at the European Parliamentary Research Service site. You can just Google EPRS and you will find a wealth of information, longer and shorter overviews, podcasts, videos that can help you, for example, if you need research for your dissertation or your project.
Okay, so not just papers, but even podcasts, videos, etc.
Absolutely.
Wow, okay, so we have the youth ideas .eu where you can still submit ideas. Then there's together.eu to learn more about events, campaigns and other people. And there's the EPRS for more research on the European Parliament. Thank you so much for contributing to all these ideas, to these developments. And thank you, everyone. A big applause for yourselves for contributing to all these ideas.
Yeah, definitely. And it's good to know that for the next 2 days you can still share your ideas on youthideas.eu. So I'm really looking forward to the finished report. And given that you are all the future of Europe as well, I have to say it gives me a lot of hope. So thank you very much for your work and good luck with everything. Can I have one more round of applause? Thank you so much. Okay.
Now, we would also like to know what were your favorite moments. We saw a few highlights in the video, but there's probably at least 1,000 more highlights in this room. But how are we going to select those highlights?
Yes, Dylan. How are we going to select them?
Well, we've come up with a little game. It's a bit Oprah style. I hope you like that. We are going to ask you to open up your table and see if you can find a tiny European flag. And if so, please wave it in the air.
Let's see. You got a flag.
Who's got a flag?
You got a flag. Who's got a flag? Who's
There's
got a flag?
And up there, are there any flags up there on the galleries?
I see one flag.
There's quite
Another
a few
flag.
there.
Oh, no, two flags over there.
Okay, we're going to start right there at the number 381.
Yeah.
Please stand up and wait until the microphone turns red. Could you introduce yourself and give us your highlight of this weekend?
My name is Zeynep. I am from Turkey. And I think the most joyful time for me was the magic cabin in the village. It was so fun, and we had a great experience with my friends.
All right, the magic cabin.
That sounds cool. Happy you enjoyed. Yeah, can we see again who? I see a flag there at number 650. 650. Yeah, you can stand up. What is your name? Where are you from? And what was your best experience? 650, yeah.
And also you can reply if you'd like in your own language.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Oriana. I would like to start by saying that this eye was on fire and I do believe that each experience it is counted and it is shown by its own people. So all the people I met, all the session I took part, and everything that I start to know better, it really helped me understand what I want to do with all that knowledge. And thank you everyone for this incredible experience.
Wow,
thank you. Dylan, one more?
Let's do one more highlight. Do we have one in this side?
Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I see a flag there, but I cannot see your number. Can I please see your number? Because 279. Perfect.
So hello everyone. My name is Mihane. I am from the Republic of Kosovo. It's the very first time I am attending the European Youth event in Strasbourg. I am a student of French language and literature at the University of Pristina, and I am really lucky I had the chance to be here and represent the country I come from and get to learn more about the European values, which I believe are in line with the Kosovo people's and youth ones. We really want to be part of the European Union, part of the European events and everything else that is related to the Europe, because actually this is where we belong. About the best experience I ever had during this event, it's actually at the corner of multilingualism. Language matters. I had to translate from French to Albanian my friend, and it was a good experience. There I get to meet a lot of people who are engaged and who who love languages actually.
Yeah.
Because I myself speak 5 foreign languages, and
and maybe you have a career as a translator one day here at the European Parliament. Who knows? Thank you so much.
Celebrating that multilingualism also here in the heart of Europe. Thank you so much for your contributions and all of your highlights. I think it's time for another highlight, a potential highlight maybe for a lot of you. Because there's somebody in the room sitting here the whole time listening to you,
our
who
secret
has been
guest,
responsible for this I 2023. So all of your cheering has also been a great compliment to her. We are going to look for the Vice President of the European Parliament.
Does anyone see her already?
She is sitting somewhere in the room.
You saw her?
We see a few people pointing. Can we please get a warm round of applause for the Vice President of the European Parliament, Pina Picerno.
So, thank you so much. Buonasera. Buonasera.
Good evening. Good evening to all of you. Speaking of multilingualism, I will speak Italian. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, the Italian flag. Thank you very much. Thank you for being so numerous. I'm really very happy and impressed to be here with you today to close this big event, the biggest event of the European Parliament organizes for youth. You know, over these past 2 days, we had over 10,000 participants, 10,000 attendees, so thank you to all of you. 10,000 minds, 10,000 different ways of seeing the world that gathered and created synergies to share and to shape ideas, to talk among yourself and to talk to us and create networks in order to work and shape the Europe of the future. Your image, the images we've seen on the videos, on the screen, you happy, curious, hungry for the future, is the most beautiful and relevant picture of what today is our Europe. Besides the difficulties and the challenges, besides the we issues that we still have to tackle, we have one answer, one voice that we want to use. The smiles, the happiness, your curiosity that I see in front of me today. I've seen the same smiles in that picture that you can see, that I'd like to share with you. That picture comes from Ventotene, a tiny Italian island in the Mediterranean Sea. A beautiful picture that comes from the past, a picture of many years ago where you can see many fathers and mothers, founders of this institution, of our Europe. They were young as well. They were motivated. And while the Nazi fascist dictatorship were forcing them on that island, limiting their freedoms and liberties, they did not give up. They thought about the future, present, because they were planning the future that we together, that we now together, we are experiencing thanks to them. They are numerous, they're different, and they brought to us their freedom, our freedom. Their freedom and their desire to fight for a common dream, which is our European dream. The same dream that we see in another picture. I'd like to show it to you. This one. I saw an Ukrainian flag over there among us, and this is a group picture which shows young people, Ukrainian people, before the war, before the criminal invasion by Putin back in 2014. Those young people were screaming. They wanted to be part of our union because they understood that a future together is a stronger future, which is a future with more freedom. So your ideas, your questions, your idea of future is the result of old times and new times alike. You are now called to be protagonists, not tomorrow, but now. Don't be misled by those who tell you that your time will come, because youth, engaged youth is key now to guarantee the legitimacy of our democracy, of our European project, because you bring new ideas, new energies, and different perspectives, which are key for all of us. So, yes, it is important that your voices are heard, and they are the protagonists of what we decide in this room, So the I initiative and other initiatives provide a platform, provide a tool to reach that goal. I does not only concern your ideas, it also provides skills and resources and opportunities which are necessary to transform those ideas into concrete actions. So my wish, my hope, the same hope to all the people who worked behind the scenes to this event, and we thank them with a big applause. Is that our hope is that these skills, you can bring them to your country of origin, in your neighbors, in your schools, in your universities, in your everywhere, in your life. Talk about these values with your friends, with your parents, with everyone. Talk about the EU, even with with the elders. Because even if even elderly people can know more about Europe, sometimes it's not clear what your expectations are, what your needs are, what your hopes are. And we have a large community here. We have Together EU. There you can find a lot of young people who have the same ideas as you and me, and they wanted to share our enthusiasm for our union. So don't be hesitant, and promote and convince others to join us. And finally, guys, promote voting for next elections 2024. Remember, I don't want to take too much time going the elections and voting. Voting is the most powerful tool, the most effective tool that we have in our hands to change things. In order to decide the future, to decide the present, to decide of our lives, and the future, the present, the future of our European Union. Thank you for what we have done till now and for what we will do in the future. Grazie.
We'll have yes, yeah. Thank you so much for your inspiring words, also for making the I possible. We just heard it. The I 2023 was fire. I think that was a really good conclusion. But also thank you for giving us a bit of history and also making us think about what we can do after the I. So that's great. And now we actually have some time for some questions from the audience. So start preparing your questions. For the people online, you can drop them in the comment section. And please feel free to ask your question in your own language. But first we will have a question to start off. We can have a seat. Of course, yeah. Yes, you can. Yeah, of course. Take your time.
Sorry, what is
no
my
worries.
place?
You can sit there if you wish.
Yes. Before we kick off with the questions from the audience, I'd just like to ask one question about the panel that we had before, about the ideas report that is coming up.
Very interesting, yeah.
Yeah, what were your first thoughts and reflections on the panel and on the ideas report?
Ma io ho trovato il panel precedente.
I thought that the previous panel, like all the panels that have been organized, you've been great. Everything you have said during these 2 days have been exceptional. So I congratulate all of you. Even the previous panel provided very interesting suggestions. So congratulations to all the participants and the panelists, to all of you. First of all, you have to know something very important, that all the things that you have said during these 2 days will be collected in an official document, a document that will be submitted to all the European parliamentary members. There will be a session, an official session, to discuss all of your ideas. So this is why I would like to thank you so much. Your ideas are energy, are pure energy. They encourage this house. This is the house of the European citizens. It's your house. It's the house of the European boys and girls, of all of you. And we need your suggestions and your ideas. We need all of you. So thank you very much for having participated. And one last important thing, then you can stop me anytime. But I would like to say something important. There were the guys from Fighting for Future, we're sitting next to them, Fighting for Future. And it's important to tell this to everyone. This event, as you have seen, where you were checked, there was somebody checking sustainability of the event, catering and waste management. So I'm happy to let you know that this event has been certified as a fully sustainable event. So let's also give a big round of applause to the organizers for this result.
Indeed, you again obtained this Sustainable Event Management certification. There will also be a survey after the eye that you can fill out to help us, let us know what you think, what you liked, and especially also what you didn't like, so we can even approve for in 2 years. Now we're going to open the floor for questions. Again, if you get the right, if we allocate a question to you, please stand up, introduce yourself, and also for people upstairs, if you have a question, we can also come to you. I'm going to bundle a few questions. And we're going to start at the number 413.
And good to know, you have 1 minute maximum, just like real members of European Parliament. So maybe we can get some paper for you. Oh no, no worries. But we 1 minute max, and afterwards we will have to ask you to stop speaking. So let's see, people online, you can also drop your questions. I'm going to grab the iPad. Yeah.
And we're going to bundle 3 questions. So 413.
Yeah. Faccio la domanda in italiano, visto che.
So I'm asking my question in Italian. It's very important to speak our own language. We always speak English, so very, very happy. I've been living in Italy for a long time, but I come from Moldova, so it's not my native language, but I would like to ask the same question that I asked to Mrs. Metsola, so I would like to repeat my question to you. It's the vote for citizens who are not citizens, but for example, I've been living in Italy for 12 years and I cannot take part in local elections, not European elections, no vote for me.
Stand up.
Sorry, your name.
Oh, your name for 413. 1 second. Andrea. Oh, Andrea, perfect.
Please stand up.
There is no micro. Oh, it's hearing. Okay, my name is Nino Lomidze. I'm from Georgia. And as it's seen, I am Georgian, therefore I'm European. As Mrs. Vice President, as yesterday was a question about Georgia's candidate status as a EU member, what do you think about that? Thank you.
Thank you for your short question. Always appreciate it.
Okay, one more.
And one from the gallery. Is there one from the gallery, a question?
Let's see.
Upstairs.
I see some...
Yeah, there's somebody waving. Can we get somebody upstairs?
Yeah.
For a mic?
At the last light bulb. Yeah, someone is running over. Great. Making his way over.
A bit of patience. Also, please introduce yourself. And you have 1 minute.
Hello, I'm Fabian from Germany and I would continue in German. Hallo, vielen Dank erstmal, dass wir hier eingeladen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting us. Fabian, bitte nach links, dass wir dich auch sehen können. Vielleicht 3-4 Meter.
Yeah, this is perfect, Fabian.
Yeah, that's
this is
better.
Perfect.
Okay. It's better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a question. Many feel that the event is used for nice images and pictures with young people. How do you achieve it that results count and that there's an influence on the political decision making and not just an event for show? Thank you.
We will leave it at this for now. Let's start with
Sì,
three.
grazie davvero, grazie a tutti per...
Thank you very much for these interesting questions. The three of them, very interesting. Andrea asked about right to vote, because we are all good in saying yes, young people, they can contribute, they can help us, and then when it's the time to give you the possibility to contribute concretely, then maybe there's a gap. So I can tell you, Andrea, that on our side, on behalf of the Parliament and on my side, of course, I'm absolutely convinced of the need that these rights, these are necessary rights, must be a reality as soon as possible. And we will work, we will stand by you, we will work in Italy, we will work, of course, in all the other member states. Nino, about Georgia, and I'm, of course, in favor. With regard to Georgia, I feel moved by reminding the image of that woman. I don't know if we have this picture available, this Georgian woman taking in her hand the European flag, despite, the attacks. And I repeat this. I wish we could, see Europe exactly as this woman did. She is even more European than I am, and so Georgia is welcome in this huge family. This is your house as well, and I think that over the past we remained idle, so we remained distant. We underestimated probably this situation, the image of those young people in Ramadan Square. Some of them died, with the European flag on their shoulders. They lost their life to demonstrate their will to feel European. And compared to that, to that sacrifice, we were not there. And this is one of the biggest culprits of European institutions. But I want to say that they changed a lot over the years with a great commitment. This house is really becoming the house of everyone, and we will keep on working to extend it, to make it also the house of all Georgian people. So thank you. Fabian, you say yes, everything, great, a lot of pictures, fantastic, and then, but I gave you an answer at the beginning, so everything you said, everything you shared will be collected in an official document, because your ideas are crucial. And I want to stress it once again, the future of Europe, but also the present of Europe. It's all of you. So your ideas will be debated inside this house. And Fabian, I can assure you that I will be committed, and I will be committed constantly, so that your ideas, the ideas allowing us to build the Europe of the future, will be turned into reality very soon.
questions. I just want to share a quick, it's not a question, but a comment from the online audience. Maria says, I felt our voice really matters for building and transforming the EU. So not a question, but a compliment to you. Also nice. And so maybe we have more time for questions here.
Yeah, there's a question at young, I think it's number 30, is that correct? Yeah, please stand up and introduce yourself. What's your question?
Hello, so my name is Mark and I'm from France, from Strasbourg, so I know the parliament pretty well. And my question is, why not create a council that represents the youngest people of the EU? Because during all these days we've talked about making people vote, making all that the youngest also go voting, and in some countries we can yet vote at the age of 16. But I think it's complicated as a 16-year-old to relate to someone who is 35. So, because we can't be voted at the age of 16, why not create a council that represents all youngest people from the whole EU? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And after you, there's 135. Please stand up. And if you'd be so kind to introducing yourself too.
Olá, sou Matilde, sou de Portugal e a minha...
My name is Matilde from Portugal, and why does EU does not more to stop the non-paid internships? I know that next week there is a resolution to be voted, but young people are not just cheap labor, and we have to be paid. And we know that the ministries in my country do not pay their internships, so this has to stop. Thank you.
Much applause for the room. 117. 117, please stand up.
Hi. So I have a very specific question. We are experiencing a revolution in the field of AI, and, well, the US and China are heavily investing in it. And I think that there is agreement that Europe should not stay behind, right? So, for example, some weeks ago, France introduced a model that can compete against ChatGPT, and it's called Bloom, and it was trained in a French supercomputer in Paris. But I believe that there is an issue here, and as a researcher in AI, I can tell you that research efforts are, well, at least in Spain, very isolated. So what I mean is, like, it looks like countries are mostly focusing on the national level, and they forget a little bit about the importance of joining forces as a global actor, as an European actor. So I would therefore like to know, what measures does the European Parliament want to introduce in order to help us be up to speed with the rest of the globe? Thank you.
Perfectly in 1 minute. Thanks.
So, grazie mille anche in questo.
Thank you. I took notes, but I ran out of paper. So let's start with the youth constituency. Yes, so I think that there should be more young MEPs, and this is absolutely necessary. I know that there are some members, and then there are different decisions based on the different member states and active or passive constituency, and this is not something that I don't understand. We should have a common approach, and I think that the active or passive constituency, the age should be, lower. So I'm pro this need to open this house, this plenary, to young people. So we will also commit on that. Mathilde, with regard to traineeship, of course, I agree with you. And it's absolutely necessary to stop to this shame, because this is a shame. Because work must be paid. Work must be paid, and it is unacceptable to keep on using your skills, your energy in a free manner. It's something that is a shame. So this parliament will stand by you. We will fight this unfair condition with regard to AI and to the research and to the fact that we are lagging behind. You are right. Maybe you can teach a lot of things to my colleagues and also to myself, because you are an AI researcher. Yes, it's true. We are a little bit behind compared to the other countries and to the other continents, but the good news is that a few weeks ago we voted an important document on AI, and so we have very good colleagues. So this parliament is dealing with this, and there will be a voting in plenary as well. It's one of the most important papers and documents in this mandate. So, but please keep on keeping an eye on us, because your suggestions and your remarks are going to be fundamental for all of us.
A few more questions. 827. 827. Your question.
Hola, buenas tardes. Muchas gracias por cedernos la palabra. Soy Ana, somos un grupo.
Thank you very much for giving us the floor. There is a group of 20 people with disabilities. We come from Spain, from the Thermi. And we are delighted to be here at the Eye, so that to make visible so many young people with disabilities in the different member states of the European Union, in order to share our reality, our day-to-day life, and in order to be able to build a more inclusive and diverse Europe. We want a Europe in which anybody could access on equal opportunities to transport, to any physical environment, to information, to the digital platforms, to employment, to training, to education. This is a priority in order to have an autonomous, independent life, and of course to participation, active participation in the political and public life in the European Union and the different member states. Throughout these 2 days we talked a lot about the elections next year, 2024. We want to vote, and we want to have the right to vote, and regarding that our question is, what measures are going to be put in place so that anybody, whatever their condition of disability, could really use their right to vote? And regarding that, we promote the inclusion of a QR code in the different ballots, voting ballots, so that people who cannot see very well, we could scan the QR code, and therefore we could really identify the list we're voting for. Thank you very much for giving us the floor.
Thank you for your question. We're going to take a few more. There is somebody waving there. I cannot see your number. What is your number? Yes, you with the booklet in your hand. You can please stand up, and if you can say your number.
Can you shout your number out loud in front of you? What is your number?
On your desk.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
703.
Okay, perfect.
And you also probably have a name.
Yeah, what is your name?
My name is Lorenzo e farò l'intervento in italiano.
I'm going to speak Italian, and my name is Lorenzo. Good evening. My question is the following. Maybe it may seem simple to you, but I want to ask this question to Vice President Picerno. So next year we are going to vote to the European election, but we won't vote with the symbols of the European parties. We will vote the symbols of the national parties. So in my opinion, for a European election, we need to have the symbols of European parties, not the national ones.
There's one more in the gallery. Oh, I see someone there in the middle, and there's
10 fingers pointing.
Wow.
Towards
Okay.
that person.
Thanks for the support. Does this work?
Yeah. Yes.
Thanks for the support. Hello, my name is Anna. I'm from Cyprus, and ahead of the European elections in 2024, I have two things to bring up that I think us young people care about. So the first one, ahead of the elections, how will the Parliament make sure that we're supported in our mental health? Now, I know there's a communication coming through from the Commission, but how will the European Parliament take practical steps to ensure that as young people following the COVID-19 pandemic feel supported and ready to take on the world? It's very important to us.
Wow. Allora, anche qua, insomma, un sacco di idee più che di domande. Fatemi...
A lot of questions and ideas, remarks. I would like to thank you once again. Thank you. So, young people with disabilities, of course, we need to pay a huge attention. I want to repeat it here, the commitment by the European Parliament. That's something that should be taken for granted, actually. But of course, we listen to daily stories of people with disabilities. Sometimes it's not so taken for granted to lead a simple life, as our friend was saying, and even to vote. It seems something that should be taken for granted or normal, but it's not. So what I can say, once again, I can repeat, is the commitment by the Parliament so that the right to vote is a right for everyone. So thank you. Thank you for stressing once again this need. Lorenzo, I agree with you. Lorenzo, what else can I say? I totally agree. You are right. I also would like to find the symbols of European parties when I have to vote for the European Parliament. And I also would like to think about parties living in a more intense way, living and sharing this European dimension. We should also start developing cross-border parties. This is the way we have to build all this together. But we need you. We need all of you. We need young girls and boys and young people saying, please wake up. The future is not tomorrow. The future is here, is now, and we have to work on it together. On the mental health, you are right. I didn't see you because you were standing up in the gallery. You are right. But I think that the commitment of this Parliament on this should be strengthened.
The topic of this Parliament should be strengthened. We identify some problems among boys and girls and adolescents and young people. They suffered from limitations and confinements. They are the ones that suffered more than others. They could not attend school. They could not go out with their friends. Young people had to give up socialization and going out, which is extremely important, which is absolutely key at a young age. And so we focused on frailties and we needed to focus on ensuring mental health. This is a topic that is very important, but I agree we should work on this topic more, and thank you very much for pointing this out.
We're running out of time. I know there's so many more questions you want to answer, but we are going to have to wrap up. Maybe there's a few final words that you would like to address to the whole audience, and hopefully that will fulfill some of your desire to ask more questions.
Grazie. Allora, mi dispiace.
Thank you. I'm really sorry that I was not able to answer all your questions. I've seen many hands up, but the time is running out, and they have the hard task of managing the time and the closing ceremony of this event. So I just would like to thank you. I just would like to thank you, give you a big thank, not only my thank you, my personal thank you, but I would like to thank you on behalf of the entire Parliament. I want this thank you to be loud and clear, and you should take this thank you back home with you. And I would like to take with you home the memories of these 2 days, the need of committing and working together, because we need you all, we need your energy, because remember, keep this in mind forever, that participation is the most important way we have to change things. So don't believe when they tell you, politics is done by people who don't care about your future. Politics is useless. Politics instead is the most important tool we have to change things. So do it. Don't leave it to somebody else. You should do politics with us. Let's do it together. Let's change our present together, and let's change our future together. Thank you very much to all of you.
For a minute more, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Great. This was great. And I hope you can stick with us for a bit more, because actually, the I 2023 is coming to an end.
Thank you for your message. We've heard you. Thank you. That's really kind. If you can stop now, that's perfect. Then you can stay. And otherwise, we'll have to kindly ask you to leave.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
yeah.
You know, I will suggest something. Just like the other participants, you will have 1 minute to also make a statement. We will listen to it, and after a minute, just like the other people, we will end it.
So, who of you would like to make a statement?
Who is the spokesperson can stand up. The spokesperson.
So if you'd like to rise,
508.
You can stand up if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for the microphone. We are here today to raise awareness on a decision by the member states, by the council, that they want to adopt a new asylum mechanism, which means that the European Union will build centers for refugees. Refugees will not be able to ask for asylum inside the European Union anymore. They will have to ask for a pre-check. And then bureaucrats will say, you might have a chance, so you can apply for asylum, and others will not even be allowed to apply for asylum. This is against everything that the European Union needs to stand for, and this is why we call upon the European Parliament to fight against this decision, to make sure that the European Union remains a union of democracy and human rights. And if not, this will not be our Europe anymore. So please be our ally in this fight. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wow. A standing ovation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you...
Wait, the Vice President is coming over.
Going to
come over to you.
Get to know each other.
Get to know each other. Show your support. Okay, wow, a true ally. A big round of applause. That is great, that is great, that is great.
We have seen the signs, and thank you for adding this comment to the debate.
Thank you so much all for your input. I know everyone has a lot of questions, but we have to wrap it up, unfortunately. I 2023 is coming to an end, and I think there's one thing left to do to mark this moment.
We'd like to propose to stay committed to all of your questions and answers, that we take one group photo. What do you think of that?
Would it be cool with you? Everyone can
We're
stand
going
up.
to take
Some
one
people
big
are already
selfie.
standing
Stand
up. Stand up. And we say, shall we say I on one?
Yeah.
Can join in.
Okay, we can say I on 1, 2, 3.
3, 2, 1.
I.
Woo!
Okay, thank you so much, everyone.
Have a lovely day.
A few housekeeping notes. You can exit through the back doors instead of the front. So please come to the back door. And if you're part of an organization, there will be a local eye grant coming up. So if you want to organize a local eye in your own country, you can follow the eye website to check out the grant.
Thank you for coming. Bye-bye. Ciao.